Violators Unlimited Radio. Every set for 3 to 4 easy to lock right here.
Hey, yo, check this out. All the pioneers, I'm going way back, way back.
We got the hottest DJs coming to you live.
In the mix.
From 3 to 4. Log every set on iAccess. Check it out. Unlimited Radio.
Yes, sure. It's your man Sneaky D, the original Violator, and it is time for the Violators Unlimited Radio Show.
Okay, give me the red cup. Look this, okay?
They just got the color on it.
Red cups.
They actually clear.
They clear.
Well, give me the cups, period.
Got 'em.
No cups. It should be Violet coffee mug or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
Now, you know what? You're absolutely right, and I appreciate that. Tell them buy it for
What's
us.
going on, guys?
Yeah, we waiting on you.
Buy it. Chris Alio, yo,
I
loud.
heard.
We waiting on a shipment.
I heard you said you're gonna send it to us. Violators Unlimited East cups.
Yeah, we're gonna put that together. I mean, Chinese, we can deal out here. Chinese New Year. Happy New Year to all my Asian friends at the Year of the Rat.
Yeah.
Dr. Smith, the Year of the Rat. Happy New Year to all my Asian friends.
Hey, you the rat.
Yeah, that's right. It's Year of the Rat.
The rats.
How y'all doing, guys? How y'all doing?
We good. How you doing out there? What's going on in the West Side?
Beautiful. It's beautiful. You know, it's beautiful. I'm trying to stretch. You know, I put some weight on, so I'm trying to lose a little bit of weight.
Flip it back.
You know, at the gym, just, you know, working the back out, man. That's all I can do, man. One day at a time.
You put some weight on, you said?
Yeah, man.
What's her name?
You know? What's her name? I'm gonna lift her up.
Disrespectful.
That's a nice one.
You wanna go there? I'm ready, guys.
Yeah, what's up, baby?
What's going on, my brothers?
What's going on? Everybody cursing you out,
Hey,
but
man.
listen, two things that we appreciate you, brother.
Loud.
Always.
Always, you know what,
I love you guys, man.
and it gives our show so much clarity that we got brothers calling us from Vegas. We got brothers that check
Official
in.
dudes, though.
Official dudes that check in with us.
Official,
Although
official.
everybody's official, whoever call us, everybody's officially family. We love them to death. But we got certain family members that make sure they call every weekend. J Star, you. If they're not checking it on calling in, they checking it on the Facebook Live.
Exactly.
They're doing everything else. So we appreciate you guys for years that you've been standing hand in hand with us as we've been going
And
through
I
this for
appreciate
4
you
years.
guys, man, so much. Once I open my eyes and pick up that phone, I'll do it, man.
We already know. We already know how much love you got for us, and you know how much love we got for you.
Exactly. We all we got, man. We for real. This is it, man.
Hey, yo, loud.
GYB, we all we got.
Yo, loud.
I never knew what the words meant.
Yo, loud.
Grab your brother.
Theme songs you guys gonna come out on. Get this right, man.
Yo, loud.
Say that again.
Yo, loud.
Yes?
Yo, cut this shit out, man. I love you, brother. Don't do that.
Come on, Fred. I seen him handle a lot of bars with you, Fred. You better chill out, man.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
Around the lounges.
Yeah, I'll be calling you in a few minutes, though.
Oh, now you don't want to talk.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
He's gonna get.
But how you guys doing, man? You guys finish your New Year's resolution and all that stuff, man?
You already know that.
You know, we trying to make everything work so we can be where you are.
No, now will come where we at in a
I'm
minute.
here in spirit,
Now it's
man.
on different
I'm here
time.
in spirit. If I'm here, y'all here.
You already know.
You know, but y'all got the fights in New York tonight, man. Who's going to the fight tonight, man?
No, we're gonna watch it.
We
See-
fight right up here.
Can you make a phone call and tell them that we coming through, please?
Thank you. Please and thank
I
you.
said I would. if Sam Watson wasn't so cheap with me, I could make that phone call, man. But
I know
Sam
that's
cheap,
right.
Cheap ass mother flower.
Listen, then we all got stuff to stand.
Yeah. We gonna have to talk to
Yeah.
Sam.
Yeah, let him know he got to check in from now on. I don't care who you with.
That's right. Holla.
You know, holla back, man. I love you guys.
All right.
You know, I'll be on the record tonight. You know, Mel's probably back out here.
All right. Tell Mel we said what
What's
up.
up? Mel Star, do your
Now
thing.
we call you after the show.
You know we're gonna call you when we finish.
All right, love y'all.
All right. Love you
Love
too,
you back.
bro.
My brother. Holla
All right.
back.
Holla back all the time.
Pass. It's 420 today, baby. Get it back.
Let's go. Violators West in the building.
Violators West in the building. 2020, yay, yay!
Oh shit, 14.
That's a head of rap.
We big.
This is Violators Unlimited, and we have
For love.
Super Dave, DJ Crazy Ed.
Daryl, aka Sneaky D.
Oh, it's looking at me. Oh, it's Chris Ali.
It's your boy Hero.
all right. So what's going on with Violator Unlimited? What you guys are doing? Everything like what?
Okay, let's start it off. With Violators Unlimited, we are doing everything. We have a radio show, we have a clothing line, and we are also dipping and dabbing in music.
Okay, so for the most part, what are you known for?
Music.
Music. So what's
Management.
And management.
And management.
It's like management of music.
okay?
Of
Is that
artists.
And then we also learned we are known for being around Red Alert.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Valley's always been Red Alert from when Red started doing stuff from Red was Zulu, and from him being Zulu, a lot of us was the branches off from Zulus from back in the days. So from that factor, we started hanging with Red, and the story started making happen.
Right. Well, the quick story is that we was in Union Square with Red Alert. So when we was in there with Red Alert, we came down there. We was like, we came to be with you, and we said, "Bam, sent us." He didn't believe it, but he took us in anyway. The first part of us was me and Lighty, Tony, and Romeo. So it was the first. We was the first.
Puerto Rican
four.
Rich.
And Puerto Rican Rich, my bad. Puerto Rock, what up, baby boy? So that was us. So when we got to Union Square, we started doing carrying the crates in for Red and everything else. So then that's how we started with that beginning. Then there, we used to come with a pen and a pad. And we used to always write down girls' numbers, anybody that was with a girl. If you was with a dude and we liked the girl, we'd go over and be like, yo, we want your number. And do it in front of homeboy, and we would just violate. So when we violated, so that's how we did it. So then Red used to see that. So he used to be like, every time I turn around, y'all always violating somebody. You know what, from now on, y'all call violators. From this point on, you call violators. And then, violators, here we go.
But understand the key to that. I was even down with that.
At that point.
At that point, Lighty, Dow, they were younger than us.
Romeo.
I didn't even know Romeo. I knew Dow and Lighty.
Yeah, and Tony.
Because actually at that time, they used to go to school with my sisters.
Right.
So we already wilding up from the 55 crew. We wilding up top
Where's that crew? Where's that?
from Bronx River,
Zulu.
home. So we used to go to clubs, and then now we came out to the club and said, "Bam sent us." To make sure you're all right. And then Red looked at us like, "Bam sent us?" Yeah, Bam sent us. I was always a talk person, so Bam sent us. So we come out, now it's the 55 crew coming in with, I didn't know their name at that time.
Right, exactly.
That was Little Daryl, Little Chris.
Right, we was all little.
Because they was younger than us, so I didn't know the name. And then I heard all things. Yeah, violators. This ain't gonna be violators. Oh, okay. We 55, so we was like 55 violators.
Yeah.
And for a minute, we was 55
Right.
and violators.
Exactly. And then we had beepers. So when we had our beepers, every time there was a code, the code was 55.
so? How did y'all get into the music?
Well, that's Red Alert seeing something in Chris Lighty.
Okay.
So what happened was, Lighty was always the person that did his homework. He sat back while we was out there doing everything that we allegedly wasn't supposed to be doing. Lighty was doing his homework. So he was doing it, and then Red saw that. So what Red saw that, because his nephew, Mike G, was trying to put a group together.
From the Jungle Brothers.
Jungle Brothers. So then he saw that, and he told Chris, he said, listen, I want you to manage Jungle Brothers. So he was like, okay. So he wound up managing Jungle Brothers, and then from that point on, everybody liked what was going on with Jungle Brothers, and then A Tribe Called Quest came along. Then after that, a lot of people saw what was going on with those two under Regular Production. Then here come Def Jam, Leo Cone, Russell.
Even before that, it became.
I was just trying to cut it.
The history has to be, because like we can't negate that Latifah,
Yeah, but that
and,
was
and all them wanted to
shocker
be under.
niggas.
They wanted to be under Red, and
Right.
I gotta give Funky Klein his props.
oh yeah, Funky Clown. My fault.
Because at that fact that was happening at that time, that Red had a bunch of artists that was really working with him behind, and Chris was going to be the manager of all of them.
Yeah.
But they didn't want to work with
Yeah.
Funky Klein. That's from Def Jam.
Right.
That what he was doing. So that's how you have the separation of
Violated
no.
No.
From Red Alert Production,
to Rush to Match
It was
Management.
Red Alert Productions and Baby Sounds.
some Baby Sounds, and then it separated going into
To Rush Management.
no Queen Latifah when it I forgot what
Flavor Unit.
Flavor
Flavor
Unit.
Unit.
Flavor Unit. So that so it's a history that goes back to that.
Right with Shakim.
With Shakim, you know,
And Shakim and Latifah
Latifah.
were the ones in charge of Flavor Unit.
45 King,
45 King was under it. Moni,
Right.
Chill Rob. Was it Chill Rob G?
George, yeah, he was. Oh, dude.
Who was it? It was a couple others.
It was what's the name?
the Little Rascals,
The little rat. No, what going on?
Naughty.
Lord
Patrick.
Bro,
Patchy, rest in peace.
Nah, Patchy was.
Yeah,
Patchy.
Patchy.
What's his name?
Nikki.
Nikki D.
And what's his name? Family that come fuck with us. Funky. What? I can't think of it.
Oh, Lords of the Underground.
Oh,
Yeah. Big. Okay.
They ain't from
No, they came after her, but they came under that umbrella though.
and that's you start to see the separation. Nobody really talk about how Shakim and Queen Latifah, all of them came from Red. Is always
As that umbrella.
The nucleus.
That's the umbrella.
Red was the tree. Shakim, Latifah, Chris, and all the rest of us were the branches. And a lot of people didn't
You know how
realize.
crazy that shit is, dude? It sounds like, you know, this right now, like, yo, Red, if it wasn't for Red, right? A lot of this shit that we play with right now would not even be happening.
Right.
From the Fat Joes, from the 50s. If Red did say, yo, Chris, baby Chris, boom, 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 and let him go, music would not be what we are right now.
Absolutely.
and going back to you brought up Chris. Chris was a person that was different in the music business.
He definitely was.
And being different in music business because the way that we was all together like, as brotherhood. And people don't understand how brotherhood is so different for a person to spawn from your brotherhood. Because you have a brotherhood with a lot of people that's doing, and
We
someone
play with
out,
it.
someone out the clique of your brotherhood is going to take everybody's entity and move forward. So he might get a piece from you, a piece from you, a piece from you. You say, oh, I'm going to use that to move up forward.
Right.
And Chris used that in a book. It's in a book that we talked about. Chris was a comedian.
Right.
He learned how to adapt to any environment that he went to.
That's
Ain't you know
true.
so crazy though that you said that? He may be this way with us right now. This is right here, and be Chris, and say whatever the fuck you want to say. And he's very outspoken and talk how it's regular shit. But business, he makes sure everybody he dealt with was about that time, yo. And he created
Lanes.
longevity of life. What I mean by longevity of life, though, you have 50, you have Missy, you have always Gandhi, you have Mona. We go on for days. At the end of the day, what his legacy created longevity of wealth.
It took his conference. It took his conference to stop beef between 50 and John.
No. But at the end of the day, no, it's a death. It's a death.
A lot of people don't realize that Chris had his hand in a lot of pots. And what he did, even though he was around us chilling, drinking 40s,
With us.
when he wasn't drinking them 40s, even though he wasn't really drinking the 40s, he'd drink it to the label, and then after that, he wasn't drinking them.
Yeah, at the end of the day, but
So-
at that time, we drinking more wet. We
Right,
drinking
no, but
different liquor.
we all did the 40s. We did 40s.
No, the early 40s.
No, we did 40s.
Early.
So after that, he would go and do what he needed to do because he was always working. He wasn't sleeping.
Y'all
Y'all gotta remember
He don't
that.
sleep, yo. I
Y'all
do
gotta
that.
remember that Lighty and I, we stayed in the same room together. So I know this dude was sitting there. He was, always planning his next move. He knew what he was doing. He knew everything that he wanted to do and needed to do. He had all that going on.
right.
And then when he formed the Baby Sounds Entertainment, you know what I mean? He did the Baby Sounds, and then after that he did. That's when Violators
Rush
came out.
management. Rush
No, we talking about for under the Violators thing. He did Baby Sounds first before Violators came. Then he was like, okay, Violators came. While we was on the road managing, Ali and myself, we both road managed a Tribe Called Quest. You know what I
Very
mean?
short for me.
Hold on, D. Hold on. It's a real story.
Right. So
But we
gonna go there, but we both. Lighty brought us in, and he was like, "Yo," he wanted Chris to do Tribe Called Quest, and then something happened in there. And then he brought me
Allegedly.
in, and then we did what we did, and then after that, we was rocking, and then after he brought in Violators. Violators management was about to be formed. This was what
93, 94.
91. It was starting to come out.
92, 93, D.
90, 91. It was starting. The buzz was happening.
no.
93, D.
No, the buzz happened before that.
No, but 93
before it
was
actually
real.
happened.
Nah.
You killed them.
Like you did it what 90,
92, 93, D. Ali?
90
Because I was
No,
born before that.
93.
Diamond D came out like
no,
in 90.
93 was when he
The
went
movement. They start moving right.
to Russ, because that's
Right.
for me getting shot. So
Wait, hold on. No, nothing. That one and two.
It
You
was
got shot.
90.
it was in 90. So, and I got shot, and then he moved, and we had a conversation.
Right. That was
And
92,
our conversation-
93.
And that's
And I got the
91.
money in 93. He
91.
moved into
Right.
where
Russell.
Russell and them.
Right.
So after that, he was making moves from there.
Right.
But even though the fact of what Chris did was great, but the fact that his legacy is what we're building on now.
Right. Exactly.
So that fact of that legacy, what he's doing for us, has built. Even though all the intricacies, all the differences, everything that's happening, what we're doing now is something different compared to what he did. He's management.
So what are you doing now?
So what we're doing now is
Which is what we was talking about. We're doing our radio show. We have Violators Unlimited radio show, which we're doing now. We're doing Violators clothing. We have a clothing line. So, and that's something that he wanted to get into, but he never got a chance to because he is so busy doing everything else. A lot of people don't realize Chris has so many ideas and so many things that he wanted to do, but he couldn't get into because he had so many things things on him that he really couldn't do what he wanted to do for him because he had to keep doing everything for everybody else.
Okay, I have a question. So all the relationships that he built and the people who helped him, do they help you now? Do you still have affiliations with them?
Well, we have the affiliations, but we do everything on our own. I mean, if we
Okay.
ask them
I'm
and say,
gonna be real. We ain't got no affiliations with
no,
them.
we do have affiliations. It's just that we don't pick it up.
As sponsors and people that Chris is going to, no, we don't have that. Because Chris has certain things that for us being family, it's one thing being family, it's one thing being business.
Right.
We was never business, we was family. So we don't have the access to the connections to what he had. So when people say, "Oh, you should already have that," no, we don't have that.
No, we don't have that.
because we don't have the
still our
connections.
We still have the connections,
So
but we
in the
just
music,
don't use them.
no, in the music business, like cats that know us from the music business, but on the corporate side, no, we don't have those connections.
Or it's a business, yeah.
So that's what I'm saying about we don't have those connections. The music side of it, yeah, we still have the connection to that because we still have we still have people that know us from the music side, but the business side of it, no. We don't have the business side. So anything from business is from us. This is from the Violators that's in front of you. The Violators is making some moves.
Right.
That's what it is. So a lot of people see us saying, "Oh, y'all got that money. Y'all got this money. Y'all got this."
No, we don't.
We don't. We don't have the connections that he had. The music connections we have. And a lot of people that's in the music connections, they broke. so not trying to be. This is being real.
It's all the way 100.
So your music connection, we love our brothers all the way to death, but that connection is what we're trying to build and try to have our own market to build that, to help each other out when we're going through a problem, we're going through a situation. So that's what something I think that out of all the industry persons, even from Jay-Z to Puffy and all, that's not pushing back into the black community of pushing entrepreneurs that's coming up behind them.
Right, and you hear that, but then the reality, I guess, is still suspect and to be
You know
to
what's
be
so funny?
to be
When
said.
they hear that Violators Unlimited, because they know when they see Chris or myself, they know who we are because they seen us. So they know who we are. So when we come through, they like, yo, we love y'all, whatever you want, we got you.
Okay.
We already know that's bullshit most of the time. But we do no, exactly. It's no that we already know it's bullshit most of the time.
First one, not what you said. Allegedly to the
Right.
first one.
So we already know. They see us, they already know what time it is because they know because of the history we have and they seen us around. They know. Like all of them, they call us uncles, OGs, and everything else. So if you see them, they gonna tell you that. And that's gonna be for real.
Right.
And they know that. They know what time it is because that's what we did. But when it comes to Violators Unlimited, now they saying that we have a business and we trying to do that. Now they like, oh, okay.
Okay.
I mean, they'll give us a video saying they, like we got a couple of videos from some artists saying, you know, they watched the Violators Unlimited radio show.
Right.
Or we got some artists wearing our gear, things of that nature.
But that's important.
Yeah, we got that. But then the support from everybody that you would think have it, we don't have that. That's why we do what we do.
And what I want people to, from this interview, I want people to understand that we started at the ground rules like everybody else.
Exactly. We start
Even
from the
though
bottom.
the name might be a brand, but we just like always rebuilding your brand. So your brand is just be rebuilding. So we start at the bottom. We not at the top.
Nope.
So when people come see us, like, oh, you know how to do this. No, we learning too.
Yep.
We might know a little more people, or might know a little more connections, but we learning. So apparel was not what we did. When
Right.
we ran with Red. I ran with Red, hanging out, playing in the parties and everything else.
Right.
Business thing, we was managing, going on roads, doing shows.
That's it.
Doing business is something new for all of us.
Right.
All this new stuff right now. So it's new for us and we learning as we go.
So what we want to do is like, we love this interview. We want to keep it going, but he has to go to the studio to make us some money.
Right. Exactly. Like he said.
I gotta go make
we're
some
learning.
clothes, and we learn how to take care of this business.
Has there ever been approached for a biopic?
Yes.
And
A couple.
and what happened?
Well, they're coming to him and myself. There's a couple people that want to do documentaries and a biopic. And there's actually a talk where they want to do a movie. But first, we need to see money. Well, not more money, but we need to make sure that you are capable of doing what you said that you want to do. And we don't want to sit back and work with somebody. We know there's a lot of people that's new out here that's doing things.
Right.
But you got to make sure that you have everything in order before we say yes. Because we gave yes. Because we did a couple of interviews and we did a lot of documentaries already that we put our names out there. We talked about everything and still nothing is going on. So,
No, something happened.
Yeah.
But it happened with the Violators Unlimited, or Violators that was doing the business with. So everybody want to pull something from you, but don't want to give something back.
Right.
So we had God arrested there,
Combat Jack.
Combat Jack. Did
I
a
love this
whole,
move.
did a whole interview and everything else.
Yeah, P.
Spotify,
Frank,
all
P.
this
Frank
stuff.
Williams, and Unsung. We did all that.
So all that happened, and those people got accolades of it, and nothing else happened for them.
Right.
So on this note, that D has to go.
Music.
Right.
Violators Unlimited Music. Stay tuned.
My bullshit.
Doing music, so we got Violators Unlimited Music,
That's right.
Violators Apparel,
Volley, our radio show, Volley on real life. Volley, we doing our thing. Volley, we out in the streets.
Hey, listen, just support the Violator movement.
You have to. You know,
It's history.
Listen,
There's value in it.
you're a movement, yo.
We got Spanish added to it now. So we touching all channels. So just tune into Violators Unlimited Radio Show. You get everything from sports, politics, real issues and everything. And we just wanna say we love all y'all for your support. We thank y'all for your support, and just keep looking out for us. We got a lot in store, we coming for everything. Make sure the money's right, man. Violators Unlimited.